watching Numbskull News, and today, we got bad news in the Big 12. Jedd Fisch has taken the freaking Washington job. I had that dead wrong. I thought, hey, he's going to stay in Arizona, all these opportunities. Well, apparently not. Apparently, that's what he really wanted. Now, the Jayhawks breathe a sigh of relief. Iowa State, Matt Campbell, still got your coach. Unfortunately, Arizona, damn. Move over, Baylor. Move over, Cincy. Make room at the bottom for Arizona. I know you're saying, well, hold on. There's still a lot of talent there in Arizona. Well, let me tell you how this is going to work. DeBoer going to Alabama, he's going to take a lot of recruits with him. He's going to take people with him. The people that he recruited, he's going to now re-recruit them to Alabama. And if you're a recruit that was going to go to Washington and now you got a shot at Alabama, where are you going? More than likely, you're going to follow the guy who recruited you and you wanted to play for, and you're going to a bigger program in Alabama. Same can be true for Washington. Look what's going on. All these guys are entering the NFL draft, including the quarterback. And if you're Jedd and you recruited all these guys who just went 9-3, had a hell of a year last year, and was looking to have a hell of a first year in the Big 12, now they're going to follow Fisch. He's going to try to get them to go in the transfer portal. Come on over, boys. And all the people that he's recruited for the future, well, he's going to now re-recruit them to go to Washington and play in the Big Ten. And a lot of those kids are going to go. The next coach of Arizona's got one hell of a job cut out for him. Because you got Arizona, who's in a deep financial hole. And they're not going to pay huge, big money to bring in a guy. All right, they'll pay him nice, but it ain't going to be... Let's just put it, it's going to be a group of 5 coach. You know, it'll probably be a good... They're going to do a proper search. I'm sure they'll find a good guy. But there's a lot, and I mean a lot of work now to be done because Arizona's going to lose a ton of players. You got a lot of players coming back. Now a lot of those players are going to Washington. Or some of them who may have had the option of, you know, possibly entering the draft and we're going to stay there for Fisch. They're going to go. So you're going to lose a lot of guys. It's basically a rebuild now. That sucks. That sucks balls. And that hurts the Big 12. But I actually think it's better for the Big 12 to lose a coach like Fisch because you never had him. It's better to lose that than to lose someone like Leipold or Matt Campbell. It's better to have those coaches. As far as if you're just looking for the overall health of the Big 12, it's better. And if you're an Arizona fan, of course, you don't feel that way. And I totally get it. This completely sucks. It's like having to start. You move the damn rock up the hill. You're about to get it over the horizon and get it up there. And like, yeah, we're here. And then it just rolls right back down on you. That sucks. That sucks bad. So where do they go? Where does Arizona go? They're gonna have to find a good G5 coach, and hopefully that works out. You're not going to get, you know, a similar level coach. No one's going to leave their situation for your situation. Because your situation now sucks. Look, Fisch he's got work to do. Let's put it that way. He's got a lot of work to do in Washington. And, you know, how much time? 5-year contract? He's got about that, and then what? He better have Washington in the playoffs. He you know, they need to compete for a national title. That's what's expected now in Washington. What is expected in Arizona? Compete for a Big 12 title. That's the expectation. And he was going to do that next year, probably the next several years. He would have been entrenched in that program. He could have been the Wildcats head coach for the next 10, 15 years. Chances are Coach Fisch will be out of a job sometime in the next 4 to 5 years. That's just the history of this shit. That's how it goes. DeBoer, more than likely, will be gone in the next 4 or 5 years. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. The higher up on that totem pole you go, the bigger the expectations are. And if you don't meet them, your ass is out of there. Ask the University of Texas fans, how many outstanding coaches have they just rifled through? All right, until they landed on Steve Sarkisian, who finally did a little something, who finally got them into the playoff. Didn't win a game, but at least he got them there. Took forever since Mac Brown, Charlie Strong, and others. Good coaches. I don't know. I don't personally. I don't get it, because Washington isn't like some gigantic pro. The only way I get it with Jedd Fisch is if Arizona really couldn't prioritize him because they're in this massive debt, and maybe they couldn't really pay him what thinks he would be worth, and he probably would be worth it. Maybe they decided, you know what, we're not going to pay you the big money. I mean, I don't know that. None of that's been reported. I'm just guessing. I'm speculating on why he would make that move, because this isn't like he's taking the Alabama job, which if Jedd Fisch was offered the Alabama job, I'd be like, okay, it's Alabama, I get it. I kind of get that. But Washington, I don't know. It's going to be a bit of a rebuild there too. And I'm not saying he can do that. He's good at building programs, apparently. But I know he's got. Here's the thing. They got more resources in Washington because Arizona, like I said, is in massive debt. How are they going to pay players? How are they going to, how are they going to compete in the NIL space when they're that much in debt? If you're in that kind of debt, you suck. I mean, there's no reason for that. They're not being responsible. They're not taking care of the checkbook. Period. I mean, think about it. A lot of you guys out there, you've been sometime in your life, all right, whether you or your old lady have run up massive debt on the credit card or whatever, and you're like, shit. And that now you're climbing. Now you're having to dig your way out of that hole for the next couple of years, and you know that's going to happen, and that sucks. That means you got to put vacations on hold. Maybe there's a certain car or truck you were just really wanting to have. Well, can't get that now. We got to try to, climb our way out of this debt problem we got without having to file bankruptcy. And that's the hill, that's the crater that Arizona's in right now. And it's becoming apparent. Because Washington, it's a bigger program than Arizona, but it's not a blue blood. They're an autonomous school. They're going to the Big Ten. I get it. But imagine a world where Arizona is not in massive debt and they can afford to pay their coach top dollar, and they can also put in on this NIL stuff, and you're getting all that support. If Fisch feels like he's not getting the support from the university would like to support him, but they can't because they're in a hole, then maybe I get it. Then at that point, I get it. And I'm not trying to throw a bunch of shade on Washington. It's a great job. It is. But is it that much more of a higher profile job than Arizona? I mean, it is. It is. But like I said, it's not Alabama. You're not taking the USC job. You're not taking the Michigan job, which is likely to come open soon. You're not taking those jobs. It's Washington we're talking about. The brand level is not that of Oregon. Please, no one, and don't tell me former Pac-12 fans, don't tell me Husky fans. Look, if Husky fans want to say they're a bigger deal than Oregon, okay, I get it. But realistically, everybody else around the country, we don't see it like that. Oregon's been a big shit deal for a minute. For a while. They played for titles. Washington just played for a title. Oregon's been playing for titles for the last 20 years. Not blue blood, but they've been right there underneath it. And Washington is probably it's a little bit down from them. They are. Everyone's heard of Oregon. Not everyone knows much about the Washington Huskies. That's a fact. When you add everything up, Washington, it is a great program. It is a big school, a big program, a big deal. It's a decently big brand. I don't know that it's that much of a bigger brand than Arizona because Arizona basketball has really elevated the University of Arizona. The football team was on the come up. This just sucks. It sucks. Sucks for the Big 12, sucks for the Wildcat fans and the Wildcat faithful. I hate that crap. And last but not least, I probably won't do a live stream today just because I'm watching the Cowboys get their ass handed to them. I might do one later. I don't know. Don't know. But right now, it's not looking good for my boys. Freaking Packers. The Packers. It's always the Packers. And sorry. I'm sure Arizona will find a good coach. Hopefully you can find a guy who can work. And like I said, a really, really salty G5 coach would be perfect. A guy who's used to working with not a ton of resources. And a G5 guy is used to doing that. Now, at Arizona, you still have more resources than a G5 school. But it's not Washington. It's not even the resources of TCU or Oklahoma State or Baylor. It's because of that massive debt, it's not the same resource level, unfortunately. And we're seeing the problems with big, massive debt in these schools. Now, Arizona's going to do everything they can to stay relevant in basketball. But football, they've taken a monstrous blow. A freaking monstrous blow. And that really sucks. I was really looking forward to watching them compete next year. We're still, look, it ain't over. It ain't over. They can still have a good year. I just don't know if I can't see them having the year that we all thought they could have in the Big 12. That's the problem. And we'll see how it turns out for them. Hope for the best. I hope for the best, but I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. Anyway, sorry Arizona fans. I wish I was right. I wish he was really entrenched and would stay entrenched, but it's not going to happen. Anyway, thanks for watching this crap, and I'll be back with some other crap later. Bye.